How often have you found yourself replaying a moment of disrespect in your mind, an offhand remark, a dismissive glance, or an outright insult, wondering why it stung so deeply? Perhaps it was a colleague cutting you off in a meeting, a friend who overlooked your efforts, or even a stranger's unkind words. These moments of disrespect, no matter how small, have a way of shaking our confidence and testing our patience. But what if there was a way to face such situations with unwavering calm and inner strength? Enter the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, a guide not just for enduring life's challenges, but for thriving amidst them. Stoicism, often hailed as a blueprint for resilience, teaches us that while we can't control the actions or words of others, we can control how we respond. This isn't just about toughening up or ignoring disrespect. It's about transforming these moments into opportunities for growth, clarity, and strength. In this video, we will explore 12 transformative Stoic lessons designed to help you navigate the stormy waters of disrespect. These are not abstract ideas, but actionable strategies inspired by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, strategies that have stood the test of time. Imagine handling an insult with composure, turning criticism into insight, or even finding humor in an otherwise tense encounter. How might that change the way you approach the challenges in your life? Stay with us as we uncover these timeless principles, each paired with relatable stories, practical exercises, and thought-provoking insights. By the end of this journey, you won't just learn to handle disrespect. You'll master it, emerging stronger, wiser, and more stoic than ever before. Let's begin. 1. Keep your calm, the power of inner strength. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's words or actions made your blood boil? Maybe it was an unwarranted criticism from a colleague, a sharp comment from a family member, or even a stranger cutting in line. In moments like these, our natural reaction often veers toward anger, frustration, or the urge to retaliate. But here's the question: does losing your temper truly solve the problem, or does it only hand control of your emotions to someone else? Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Meditations. This timeless truth reminds us that our strength lies not in controlling the actions of others, but in mastering our own response. Calmness is not weakness, it is the foundation of resilience, enabling us to face disrespect with dignity and clarity. Consider this story. Sarah, a project manager, was openly criticized by her boss during a team meeting. Her instinct was to defend herself immediately, but she chose instead to pause, breathe, and remain calm. By doing so, she not only avoided escalating the tension, but also earned the respect of her colleagues, who admired her composure. Later, she addressed the issue privately with her boss, turning the incident into an opportunity for constructive dialogue. Sarah's calmness transformed a potentially damaging encounter into a moment of growth. When faced with disrespect, staying calm is not just about suppressing anger. It's about channeling your energy into something productive. Start by practicing mindfulness. Focus on your breath and count to 10 before responding. This pause creates space for rationality to take the lead over impulsive emotions. Reflect on whether the disrespect truly diminishes your value or if it simply reflects the other person's state of mind. Now think about your own experiences. When was the last time you stayed calm in a tough situation? Did it lead to a better outcome? If not, what might you do differently next time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. By embracing calmness, you reclaim your power. As Marcus Aurelius taught us, inner strength is not about reacting loudly, but about responding wisely. Let this be your first step toward mastering disrespect. Are you ready? 2. Reflect on yourself, the mirror of growth. When confronted with disrespect, our first instinct often is to point fingers outward, blaming the other person for their insensitivity or rudeness. But have you ever paused to ask, is there something I could learn from this moment? Stoic philosophy challenges us to shift our focus inward, embracing self-reflection as a tool for growth. As Marcus Aurelius stated, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Meditations. By examining our own reactions and behaviors, we unlock the potential to grow stronger and wiser. Imagine this. Ethan, a high school teacher, was accused by a parent of being unfair in grading their child's work. Initially, Ethan felt attacked and defensive, ready to counter the accusation. Instead, he decided to take a step back and reflect. Was there truth in the criticism? Could he have been clearer in his expectations for students? By looking inward, Ethan discovered areas for improvement in his communication style, which not only helped resolve the conflict, but also strengthened his teaching methods. Self-reflection is not about blaming yourself or justifying the actions of others. It's about seeking clarity and owning your part in any interaction. When faced with disrespect, ask yourself, did I contribute to this situation in any way? Is there a way to respond that aligns with my values and virtues? These questions help transform moments of tension into opportunities for growth. To make this practice a habit, consider starting a reflection journal. Each day, jot down instances where you felt disrespected or challenged. Write about your initial reaction and what you might do differently next time. Over time, this simple exercise will sharpen your awareness and help you approach future situations with greater wisdom. Now, think back to a recent moment when you felt disrespected. Could self-reflection have changed how you handled it? Share your experience in the comments below to inspire others. The beauty of self-reflection lies in its transformative power. Instead of being consumed by the actions of others, you reclaim your agency, shaping your response to align with your highest self. As the Stoics believed, the path to strength and wisdom begins within. Are you ready to take a closer look in the mirror? 3. Pause before reacting. The art of restraint. How often do we regret the words we've spoken or the actions we've taken in the heat of the moment? Disrespect can ignite a surge of emotions, anger, frustration, even humiliation, that push us to react impulsively. But as the Stoic philosopher Seneca reminds us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Letters to Lucilius. In this context, craving more refers to our urge for immediate vindication or emotional release. Stoicism teaches us to resist this impulse by pausing and regaining control over our emotions. Picture this. Maria, a small business owner, received a scathing email from a dissatisfied customer. The email was riddled with unfair accusations and inflammatory language. Maria's first instinct was to fire back a defensive reply. Instead, she chose to step away from her computer, take a few deep breaths, and revisit the email after an hour. With a calmer mindset, she was able to craft a thoughtful response that resolved the issue without escalating the conflict. By pausing, Maria preserved her professional reputation and turned a hostile situation into an opportunity to build trust with her customer. Pausing is more than a physical act. It is a moment of mental recalibration. When confronted with disrespect, try this simple technique. Count to 10 while taking deep breaths. Each second creates distance between you and the emotional trigger, allowing rationality to take the reins. Reflect on the potential consequences of your reaction. Will it escalate the situation or help resolve it? This principle is echoed in the actions of historical figures like Nelson Mandela. After enduring 27 years of imprisonment, Mandela emerged not with bitterness, but with a measured and thoughtful approach to reconciliation. His ability to pause, reflect, and channel his emotions into constructive action transformed South Africa and inspired the world. Now, ask yourself, when was the last time you paused before reacting to a challenging situation? Did it lead to a better outcome? Share your story in the comments and inspire others to practice this invaluable Stoic lesson. Pausing before reacting is a simple yet powerful tool. It empowers you to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively, transforming moments of tension into opportunities for clarity and growth. As you move forward, embrace the art of restraint, because true strength lies in mastering yourself, not others. Are you ready to pause? 4. Practice empathy, the power of understanding. When someone disrespects you, your first reaction might be anger, frustration, or even a desire for revenge. But have you ever stopped to wonder why they acted the way they did? Stoic philosophy encourages us to shift our perspective and practice empathy, an act of understanding others rather than merely reacting to their behavior. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" Meditations. This profound statement reminds us that empathy begins with understanding both ourselves and others. Imagine this scenario. Alan, a team leader, noticed that one of his employees, Chris, was consistently late for meetings and seemed disengaged during discussions. Alan felt disrespected and considered reprimanding Chris publicly. Instead, he decided to have a private conversation, starting with a simple question: "Is everything okay?" Chris opened up about personal struggles at home that had been affecting his focus and punctuality. This empathetic approach not only helped Chris feel supported, but also strengthened the trust between them. Alan's choice to practice empathy transformed what could have been a conflict into an opportunity for connection. Empathy is not about excusing disrespect. It's about understanding its roots. Often, disrespect stems from insecurity, fear, or stress that the other person may not even be fully aware of. When you view the situation through this lens, you realize that their actions often say more about them than about you. This understanding allows you to respond with patience and compassion rather than anger. To cultivate empathy, practice perspective taking. Next time someone disrespects you, pause and ask yourself, what might they be going through that I don't know about? Additionally, consider engaging in open-ended conversations to uncover the context behind their behavior. You might be surprised at how often empathy can diffuse tension and lead to mutual understanding. Now, reflect on a time when practicing empathy could have improved your response to a challenging situation. Share your insights in the comments and help others see the transformative power of understanding. By practicing empathy, you elevate yourself above the immediate emotions of the moment. It's a Stoic superpower that allows you to build bridges instead of walls, fostering relationships and personal growth. Are you ready to approach conflict with an open heart and a curious mind? Let empathy guide you. 5. Focus on what you can control. Reclaim your power. Have you ever felt powerless in the face of someone's disrespect? Perhaps it was a boss dismissing your ideas in a meeting, or a family member who consistently undermines your efforts. In such moments, it's easy to spiral into frustration, thinking about how unfair or unjust their behavior is. But Stoic philosophy offers a liberating perspective. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Epictetus wrote, We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Discourses. By mastering this principle, you reclaim your power. Imagine this: Lena, an aspiring artist, submitted her portfolio to a prestigious competition, only to overhear a judge harshly criticize her work. At first, she felt devastated, questioning her abilities and worth. But instead of dwelling on the judge's words, something she couldn't change, Lena chose to focus on what she could control: her effort and growth. She spent months refining her skills, and the next year, her artwork won first place in the same competition. By directing her energy toward improvement, Lena turned a painful moment into a stepping stone for success. This lesson is vital. You can't control how others behave, but you can control your reactions, thoughts, and actions. When faced with disrespect, ask yourself, am I focusing on their actions, or am I focusing on my response? Redirecting your energy to what's within your control not only reduces emotional stress, but also empowers you to act with clarity and purpose. To internalize this principle, try this exercise. The next time someone disrespects you, pause and write down 2 columns, one for what you can't control and one for what you can. Reflect on where you're expending your energy and make a conscious effort to focus only on the second column. Over time, this practice will help you develop resilience and inner strength. Now, think about a recent time when you let external circumstances dictate your emotions. Could focusing on what you can control have changed the outcome? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could inspire others to embrace this empowering Stoic lesson. When you focus on what you can control, you liberate yourself from unnecessary suffering and step into your true power. As Epictetus reminds us, control your mind, and the rest will follow. What will you choose to control today? 6. Embrace acceptance, finding freedom in letting go. Why is it so hard to let go of things we can't control? Disrespect, injustice, or harsh words often leave us clinging to anger and frustration, as if holding on will somehow change the outcome. But Stoicism teaches us the art of acceptance, not as surrender, but as a path to inner freedom. Epictetus famously said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Discourses. Acceptance is not about weakness. It's about choosing peace over chaos. Consider the story of Daniel, a marketing executive who worked tirelessly on a pitch only to have a senior colleague take credit for his efforts in front of the entire team. At first, Daniel was consumed by resentment and the need for justice, but after reflecting, he realized he couldn't control his colleague's behavior or the past. What he could control was how he moved forward. By accepting the situation and focusing on his future projects, Daniel let go of the burden of anger and built a reputation as a team player. Months later, his integrity earned him a promotion. Acceptance doesn't mean you condone disrespect. It means you refuse to let it define you. Ask yourself, is my anger helping me, or is it holding me back? By embracing acceptance, you free yourself from the grip of negative emotions and redirect your energy toward what truly matters. To practice this, try a simple exercise. When faced with a disrespectful situation, pause and repeat to yourself, "I cannot change what happened, but I can choose my response." Reflect on how you can grow from the experience instead of letting it consume you. Over time, you'll find yourself carrying less emotional baggage and feeling more in control of your life. Now, think about a time when you struggled to let go of a situation you couldn't control. What impact did holding on to it have on your peace of mind? Could acceptance have made a difference? Share your story in the comments below. Your journey might encourage someone else to take the first step toward letting go. Acceptance isn't just a Stoic principle, it's a key to living a lighter, freer life. When you stop resisting the unchangeable and embrace what is, you unlock a wellspring of resilience and clarity. So, what's one thing you can accept today to bring yourself closer to inner peace? Let's start now. 7. Use humor. Transform tension into lightness. Have you ever found yourself in a tense situation, on the verge of losing your temper, only to have someone crack a joke that instantly diffuses the tension? That's the power of humor, a simple yet profound tool that Stoics recognized as a means to maintain emotional balance. Seneca once said, "You will master yourself when you learn which things are not worth taking seriously." Letters to Lucilius. Humor, when used wisely, can turn even the most disrespectful encounters into opportunities for levity and perspective. Picture this. Emma, a customer service manager, was dealing with a particularly rude client who berated her for something beyond her control. Instead of letting the negativity drag her down, she responded with a light-hearted comment, "Sounds like we're both having one of those days." The unexpected humor caught the client off guard, breaking the cycle of hostility. By the end of the conversation, the client was apologizing, and the situation was resolved peacefully. Emma's ability to inject humor not only protected her own mental well-being, but also transformed the dynamic of the interaction. Humor doesn't mean trivializing serious issues or mocking others. It's about finding lightness in the darkness and refusing to let negativity consume you. The next time you face disrespect, ask yourself, is this really worth getting worked up over, or can I laugh it off? A witty remark, or even a simple smile, can disarm conflict and remind everyone, including yourself, not to take things too seriously. To practice this, try reframing frustrating situations with humor. For example, if someone criticizes you unfairly, imagine their words as part of a comedy skit. It may not change their behavior, but it can change how you feel. Over time, you'll find humor to be a powerful ally in maintaining your emotional balance. When was the last time you used humor to diffuse a tense situation? Did it help lighten the mood or change the outcome? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to embrace humor as a Stoic strategy. By choosing humor, you gain the upper hand in difficult moments, showing that you're in control of your emotions, not the other way around. So, are you ready to lighten up and let humor guide you? Sometimes, a smile really is the best defense. 8. Set clear boundaries. Protect your peace and power. Have you ever felt drained because you allowed someone to cross a line that you should have set long ago? Perhaps it was a colleague who constantly interrupted your work with unnecessary demands, or a friend who dismissed your feelings. Disrespect often thrives in the absence of boundaries, and Stoic philosophy teaches us that setting limits is not only a form of self-respect, but also an essential tool for maintaining inner peace. As Seneca wisely said, "You must live for yourself, but it's not in isolation, it's with integrity." Letters to Lucilius. Boundaries, when set with integrity, define how you allow others to treat you. Consider the story of Claire, a young entrepreneur. Her business partner frequently dismissed her ideas during brainstorming sessions, making her feel undervalued. Initially, Claire stayed silent, thinking it would maintain harmony, but the disrespect only grew. Finally, she decided to address the issue directly. In a calm but firm tone, she said, "I value collaboration, but I need my ideas to be respected in this partnership. Let's work together to ensure everyone's voice is heard." Claire's boundary setting not only shifted the dynamic of their partnership, but also strengthened her confidence. Setting boundaries is not about confrontation, it's about clarity. When you communicate your expectations calmly and assertively, you teach others how to treat you. Start by identifying what behaviors make you feel disrespected and decide where your limits lie. Practice using I statements, such as, "I feel disrespected when..." This approach shifts the focus to your perspective rather than blaming the other person, fostering constructive dialogue. Now think about a recent situation where setting boundaries could have improved your experience. How might the outcome have changed if you had spoken up? Share your thoughts in the comments below to inspire others who may struggle with asserting themselves. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are bridges that encourage mutual respect and understanding. By setting clear limits, you preserve your energy and protect your sense of self-worth. Are you ready to reclaim your power by defining how others treat you? The first step is yours to take. 9. Choose forgiveness. Free yourself from emotional chains. When someone disrespects or hurts you deeply, forgiveness can feel like the last thing you want to offer. Why should you let them off the hook? But here's a truth that Stoic philosophy teaches us. Forgiveness is not about excusing the other person's behavior. It's about releasing yourself from the emotional burden of anger and resentment. Epictetus observed, "Another person will not hurt you without your cooperation. You are hurt the moment you believe yourself to be." Discourses. Forgiveness, then, is not a gift to them. It's a gift to yourself. Consider Alex, a restaurant manager who discovered that a trusted employee had been speaking negatively about him to the team. Alex was hurt and angry, tempted to confront the employee in a way that could escalate the situation. Instead, he chose to forgive, not by ignoring the issue, but by addressing it calmly and using it as a teaching moment. "I understand we all face frustrations," Alex said in a team meeting, "but let's aim to communicate openly and constructively." By forgiving the employee and redirecting the energy toward growth, Alex repaired the team dynamic and strengthened his leadership. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning harmful actions. It means choosing not to let the pain control your life. When you forgive, you reclaim the mental and emotional energy that resentment drains away. Start small. Think of a recent slight that bothered you. Ask yourself, does holding on to this anger benefit me, or is it weighing me down? Forgive, not for their sake, but for yours. Reflect on a time when forgiveness brought you peace. Did letting go improve your well-being or your relationships? Share your story in the comments. Your journey could inspire others to find strength in forgiveness. Forgiveness is an act of courage, not weakness. It liberates you from the past and opens the door to healing and growth. As Epictetus reminds us, we can't control others' actions, but we can control how we respond. So, what burden of anger will you let go of today? The choice is yours, and the freedom is waiting. 10. Change your perspective. See the bigger picture. How often do we let moments of disrespect define our day, or worse, our self-worth? A harsh comment, a dismissive glance, or a rude remark can feel overwhelming in the moment, but what if you could step back and view it through a different lens? Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Meditations. Changing your perspective isn't about denying reality. It's about reframing it to uncover opportunities for growth. Consider this scenario. James, a junior software developer, presented an idea during a team meeting only for a senior colleague to dismiss it outright. Initially, James felt humiliated and frustrated, but instead of dwelling on the disrespect, he chose to see it as a learning moment. "Maybe my idea needs refining," he thought. James spent the next few days researching and improving his proposal. When he presented it again, this time in a more polished form, it earned recognition and was implemented by the team. By shifting his perspective, James turned rejection into resilience. Changing your perspective means understanding that disrespect often says more about the other person than it does about you. It's about asking yourself, is this worth my energy? How can I grow from this? Most cases of disrespect are fleeting and insignificant in the grand scheme of life, but the lessons they offer can be profound if you're willing to look for them. Here's an exercise to try. The next time you feel disrespected, pause and imagine yourself as an outsider looking in. How might this situation appear if you were observing it from a distance? This mental shift can help you detach from immediate emotions and respond with wisdom. Have you ever changed your perspective in a difficult situation? How did it transform your experience? Share your story in the comments below. Your insight might encourage someone else to see their challenges differently. When you shift your perspective, you reclaim control over your narrative. Disrespect becomes an opportunity to grow, not a reason to falter. So, what situation can you reframe today to turn frustration into strength? The bigger picture is waiting. Are you ready to see it? 11. Turn adversity into strength. Rise above the challenge. What if every moment of disrespect wasn't just a challenge to endure, but an opportunity to grow stronger? Stoicism teaches us that adversity, no matter how painful, can become a powerful force for transformation. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Letters to Lucilius. With the right mindset, even the most disrespectful encounters can sharpen your resilience and build your character. Take this example. Rachel, a public relations specialist, was humiliated during a client meeting when a senior executive dismissed her ideas and openly questioned her competence. Instead of letting the insult crush her, Rachel chose to treat it as a wake-up call. She spent the next few months refining her presentation skills, deepening her knowledge, and rebuilding her confidence. The next time she faced a similar audience, she delivered a pitch so compelling that it earned her a promotion. Rachel didn't just survive the disrespect, she thrived because of it. Turning adversity into strength begins with reframing your mindset. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I use this experience to grow stronger? Each setback is a stepping stone, an opportunity to refine your abilities and prove your resilience. Instead of letting adversity define you, let it propel you forward. Here's a practical exercise. After any moment of disrespect or failure, write down 3 lessons you've learned and 1 action you can take to improve. Over time, you'll begin to see these moments not as obstacles, but as catalysts for personal growth. Now think about a time when adversity pushed you to grow. How did you turn a difficult situation into an opportunity to improve? Share your story in the comments below. It might inspire someone else to see their struggles in a new light. Remember, the greatest strength often comes from the greatest challenges. By choosing to rise above disrespect, you don't just overcome it, you transform it into a source of power and wisdom. So, what adversity will you use to grow stronger today? The choice is yours, and the strength is waiting. 12. Cultivate inner gratitude. Shift focus to what truly matters. Have you ever noticed how much energy we spend dwelling on disrespect, while the countless things we should be grateful for go unnoticed? Stoicism teaches us that gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for shifting focus away from negativity and towards what truly matters. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. Meditations. By cultivating inner gratitude, we can rise above disrespect and rediscover our inner peace. Let's consider Daniel, a university student. During a group project, his contributions were belittled by a peer who took credit for his ideas. Daniel initially felt angry and disheartened, questioning his self-worth. But instead of letting the negativity consume him, he decided to reflect on what he was grateful for: the opportunity to learn, the support of his family, and his personal growth during the project. This shift in perspective helped him move past the incident with grace and focus on his goals. Gratitude isn't about ignoring disrespect. It's about not letting it overshadow the good in your life. When faced with a challenging situation, ask yourself, what am I grateful for in this moment? Even in difficulty, there are blessings to be found: your health, your loved ones, your ability to learn and grow. Here's an exercise to practice gratitude. Each evening, write down 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small. Over time, this habit will train your mind to focus on the positive, helping you navigate moments of disrespect with greater resilience. Now think about a time when focusing on gratitude helped you overcome a difficult situation. What were you grateful for, and how did it change your outlook? Share your reflections in the comments below. Your experience might encourage others to find strength in gratitude. Gratitude is a Stoic superpower, transforming frustration into appreciation and shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have. So, as you face life's challenges, ask yourself, what can I be thankful for right now? Because gratitude doesn't just change your perspective, it changes your life. As we reach the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. These 12 lessons are more than just tools for handling disrespect. They are guiding principles for cultivating inner peace, resilience, and strength in every aspect of life. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca have shown us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we hold immense power in how we choose to respond. This power lies in your hands, waiting to be harnessed. Now, the question is, how will you use this wisdom in your own life? Whether it's staying calm under pressure, setting boundaries, or finding strength in adversity, each small step you take shapes the person you are becoming. We'd love to hear your stories. Share in the comments how Stoic principles have helped you navigate challenges or moments of disrespect. Your experience might be the inspiration someone else needs to embrace change. If this video has resonated with you, help us spread the message of Stoicism by clicking like and sharing it with friends or family who might benefit from these lessons. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss future videos on Stoic wisdom and personal growth. Let me leave you with a thought-provoking challenge. What would change in your life if, starting today, you committed to mastering yourself rather than controlling others? Reflect on this and let it guide your actions in the days to come. Thank you for watching, and remember, true power lies in your response. Stay stoic, and see you in the next video.